does he?
I'm great. I'm good. A little tired. Last night was a bit late.
You got going there. Is that early dinner? No, Springsteen. Yeah.
I racconti e le canzoni non rendono giustizia alla tua enormità. Oh, Smaug, l'immenso.
This character is very reclusive. He lives among, he's wealthy, and he's like a movie star or a rock star because he stays there, and then when he goes out, everybody notices him.
Yeah.
And
so you're drawing a comparison between me and my character because of that?
Well, why not? And
I don't sleep in a pile of gold. I have quite a modest home in London, and I'm not that much of a recluse, as anyone will tell you.
This role, how much is empowering, and at the same time, how many side effects does it have?
You need to, again, those kind of questions you need to ask the people who know me better than myself. People have to deal with me day in, day out. Hopefully none. Hopefully, the sort of morality to take away from this creation is that you should know your limitations, and his very human characteristics of pride and venality and base paranoia and need for control through power. These are all corrupting things.
Yes.
Greed has corrupted this creature, and that's what makes it vulnerable.
It's very interesting the way Bilbo can handle the dragon. Like, he can really talk himself out of a situation and improvising. Are you like that? Can you do that? Could you talk yourself?
I'm not bad. I'm not bad at that. I think, if you grow up quite small as a kid, you survive in the playground, because if you can't beat everyone up, you know what I mean, then your way to deflect situations or to deflect trouble is with your mouth, or making people laugh or whatever, which is a pretty kind of traditional route for performers, I suppose. Most performers aren't Mike Tyson. Do you know what I mean? Most performers have to find another way with it because we can't beat everyone up. Do you know what I mean? Especially if you're little. So, yeah, I'm not a bad improviser. Yeah.
It's interesting because your elf, it's not the royal elf. It's like the middle class. She's a middle class. She's not
commoner.
Yeah, can you tell me about...
I don't know if there is a middle class in the elf world.
Yeah.
I think it's either you're common or you're royal.
Okay, common. Can you talk about that element? How is she different in your mind, and how did you develop this difference?
There's a lot of ways that she's different, and I think the primary thing underneath it all is vulnerability. And I think in the elves that we've seen previously in these films, they're always very in control, and they're always very sure of what they're doing and who they are and who's surrounding them. And although Tauriel has that awareness because she is an elf, there's a certain curiosity and vulnerability and uncertainty behind her. She isn't quite so set in her ways as a lot of the other elves that we've met and meet. For example, King Thranduil, who is very set in his ways.
Yeah, but usually women, according to my experience, they are more interested in the older one, but this time your character has a little crush on the younger one. Is it really like that?
I know in my experience, I have dated both older and younger.
Okay. It's very interesting because you said that your father used to read The Hobbit to you when you were a child.
Yeah.
What else did he read you, and what did
I think there was a little bit of Narnia, a little bit of C.S. Lewis books, and then before that just sort of archetypal children's books. But The Hobbit was the thing that stuck for me. It was the first book I had really properly in my imagination lodged as this incredible world created from words on a page, and he not only brought this one to life but gave me my appetite for reading, so I am a lot.
But were you ever scared by characters like that?
No, I think he took care not to give me nightmares. He was a responsible parent. He wasn't just doing it to entertain me or himself. It was, it was stuff he thought I was able to cope with. But again, you should probably ask him. Maybe I'm just kind of papering over it. But no, I've got very good memories of him reading me that book.
It's very interesting because you said that Peter Jackson changed you as an actor. All of a sudden everything was more fun. Can we say he unblocked you? Again, can you talk a little bit? I'm very interested.
Yeah, he did. I mean, it was always a challenge for Thorin to have fun. And Peter does have fun working. And so I would always sort of be inside the character looking at him thinking, I wish I could have more fun with you. But that's the nature of the role, is that he takes himself seriously and is very serious. But yeah, his vision and his imagination surpass your expectations. So it's always exciting to go to set every day and figure out what he's going to do.
When I interviewed you for Fast and the Furious some months ago, you told me that in New Zealand you practice some extreme sports. First of all, you told me, don't tell Peter Jackson. Can you talk a little bit about that, and what is with New Zealand? Why does it inspire you to do extreme sports?
I don't know why New Zealand, maybe it's the people, they like to, they're very physical, they're very outdoors sort of race, you know, they do a lot of outdoor sort of stuff, and swimming and sailing and, you know, rowing. And I jumped out of a plane at 16,500 feet in Abel Tasman Nature Reserve, which is a beautiful place. And then I hiked up a glacier, which is magical, extraordinary place in the South Island, a place called the Fox Glacier. Yeah, but we didn't tell anybody about that.
I always ask, what was the poster hanging on your wall when you were a kid?
I had unicorn posters. I loved unicorns as a little girl. And if I had a celebrity poster, which I didn't because I wasn't really that kid, it would have been Kirk Cameron.
Martin, I always ask, what was the poster hanging on your wall when you were a kid?
I had a few.
Please.
I had a big Lenin. I had a big Lenin. Lenin.
Okay.
I also loved the Beatles, but no, I had a big Lenin. Paul Weller, I had.
Paul Weller.
Public Enemy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a movie poster. The Big Sleep actually was on my wall for a little bit. That was more when I was a teenager. What poster I had on my wall? 3 cats playing this sort of band cat thing.
I'll give you 5 seconds.
I don't think I did have a poster on my wall.
You didn't? Okay.
No, I don't think I did.
Last year I asked you about the poster you had on your wall. You told me you had Wham. But this time around...
Was I drunk?
This time around I want to ask you, are you superstitious as an actor? Do you have rituals before going on scene?
So interesting. We were talking about this morning with my family. I have no superstitions at all. I think if you get locked into lottery numbers or lucky pants, the day that you forget to wear them, you know, is a bad day. So no superstitions.
Dove sei? Coraggio, non essere timido. Mostrati alla luce.